Thanksgiving, 7:36, and Crispin Hellion Glover is here with us in the morning at the Q. And,
hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Welcome. I've got to say, I just had such a unique experience. I got to witness with my own eyes. I wish I had video for you so you could share this moment. But I witnessed with my own eyes a well-known movie actor and also director pick up the New York Times and read a review of his latest work, and I got to look at him as he was reading it for the first time.
Well, what it says is it's wildly impassioned and macabrely fascinating, which is an excellent quote for the film I'm playing tonight is called "It Is Fine, Everything Is Fine" at the IFC Center, and before that I'm performing a live show, which is an hour long, a dramatic narration of 8 different books that I've published over the years. And they're heavily illustrated books, so that's why there's slides behind me that help to advance the stories as I dramatically narrate them. Then I show the film. Then I have a question and answer period after the film, which is the slideshow's an hour, the film's 74 minutes. The question and answer period lasts for about 45 minutes, and then I have a book signing of my books, which goes on until everybody's books are signed, which can be late if it's a huge auditorium. This has a 200-seat theater, so...
Well, then do you take everybody out for drinks after that? I mean...
Well, I'm generally pretty exhausted. In Chicago, I sold out at the 750-seat theater, the Music Box, which I'm going to next, and I was there till 4:30 in the morning signing. Wow. So, but it's good. I mean, it's good business. So I'm happy.
Well, also if people are coming to see you, and they want their books signed. I mean, it's your responsibility to sit there until they're all signed.
Absolutely,
but most people wouldn't do that. You know that.
Yeah, but it takes everybody off.
But there's a specific reason that I do it as well, which is different than a lot of people. I personally am funding these films, and I publish the books myself. Most of the time, people are corporately sponsored, so the corporations are making money, whereas the people have already been there. So there's not really a financial incentive to do this, but I'm the entire corporation. So
the film "It Is Fine, Everything Is Fine" is the second film in a trilogy.
That's right. And actually, part 1 of the trilogy will be playing at midnight at the IFC on Friday and Saturday, and I'll do a question and answer and introduce that film as well.
Okay, but you've been lucky enough, I guess, in your career that you've had work that gives you a paycheck so that you can take that money and fund these projects.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I've been doing in the last several years. In fact, this film was funded by the money that I made from the first Charlie's Angels film. It was written by a man who had a severe case of cerebral palsy named Stephen C. Stewart.
Who has passed on.
Yes,
right?
He died within a month after he finished shooting the film, and that's why I shot this film before I'd finished part 1 of the film, which is called What Is It? And cerebral palsy is not a degenerative disease, but he had started choking on his own saliva. It became apparent if we didn't shoot something soon, we may never get to shoot anything at all. And that's why when I found out I could fund the film with the money I'd make from Charlie's Angels, I acted in that film. And it ended up being a very good thing for my career to be in this film that ended up making a lot of money, and I was able to fund the film that I was so passionate about, and I've been choosing to make movies since that, specifically to continue funding my own projects.
But I do find it to be a bit odd because I don't really understand your industry all that terribly well. I mean, I like to go see movies and I like to watch TV, but the whole process of getting something done just seems very confusing to me. And the fact is that the work that you've been doing has been well received by the audiences that have participated in it and seen it, and the critics have been praising your work. And you are well known. I mean, you're a well-known guy. But if you go to the traditional sources of funding to make a movie, they're going to tell you to get lost.
Well, exactly, and that's why I find the things myself. I mean, it's not entirely true. I am at the point now where I'm getting corporate interests in the films, but I know what will happen if I do that. And specifically, the first film that I made, What Is It?, which is playing at the IFC at midnight, and people can find out where I'm continuing the tour in Crispin Glover Vancouver.com as well. But what is it was specifically a reaction to what has happened in the last 30 years in corporately funded and distributed film, wherein anything that can possibly make an audience member uncomfortable is necessarily excised, or it will the corporation will not fund the film or distribute the film. And I think that's a very damaging thing, because it's the moment when an audience member sits back in their chair, looks up at the screen and thinks to themselves, is this right what I'm watching? Is this wrong what I'm watching? Should I be here? Should the director have done this? What is it? And that's the title of the first film. What is it that's taboo in the culture? What does it mean that the taboo has been excised ubiquitously? And I think what it is it's damaging, because those questions are educational. When people are asking things, they're thinking about something, and to have that excised, it stupefies the culture by not having genuine questions.
It is fine. Everything's fine. You're dealing with a situation where a person with cerebral palsy, which is a condition that one sees, one witnesses. I mean, because of some uncontrollable body movements and so on and so forth. I mean, you have a situation where you have this. You can have just a wonderful, bright, interesting, nice person who has difficulty speaking or moving, and people become repelled by what they see, because it's just too freaky. But to people to accept.
Right.
Well,
and yet that person, who some people shy away from, just like all the rest of us, yearns for love and acceptance and happiness, and that's really what you're dealing with.
And this particular film does deal with those things. Stephen C. Stewart had been locked into a nursing home when his mother died when he was in his early 20s. He was very difficult to understand, and the people that were taking care of him there would derisively call him for about 10 years. When he got out, he wrote this story, which is kind of a genre, like a murder mystery television movie of the week from the 70s, where he's the bad guy. And yet in this fantasy that he's made, all of these women understand him quite readily, fall in love with him, have sex with him, and all have long hair. There's a particular interest he has in the long hair, and then he generally does kill them fairly brutally. And it's a fascinating, bizarre, non-utopian fantasy. But there's this documentation of Stephen C. Stewart living out this fantasy that is absolutely fascinating. And when the whole trilogy's done, this will be the best film of the trilogy. But not only that, I feel that it'll probably be the best film I'll ever have anything to do with in my career. I'm really passionate about the movie.
Well, it's 7:40.